The economy, the job market is really hot right now, and no matter what industry it is, people are having trouble keeping people. How are you handling that?
The fight for talent is fierce. I've never seen it be harder or more expensive in my whole career in the restaurant business. So you have to do a number of things. You got to create a place where people believe in, an ethos that team members want to work for. It's got to be comfortable, it's got to be flexible, it's got to do things like the 4-day work week. And it's just important for us to be diverse, inclusive. That's what makes the best thought, the best teams, and a place where people want to stay.
The 4-day, 40-hour work week that you guys started, you're just trying it out, and how's it going?
I grew up in the restaurant business since I was 13. The days of the restaurant business have been, look, you work really hard, you're never home, you work 6-7 days a week and 12, 14-hour days. And lately we've started challenging that notion. And in some of our West Coast Shacks, we've started testing a 4-day work week. And for a team member who is working in the restaurant business, that's significant. That's a major radical change in their lifestyle. So this is absolutely something we hope will lead to a better retention rate over time. That's what we're studying. It's what we're measuring to see if it actually does.
You're growing pretty rapidly, both in the US and abroad. How do you find those managers? Do you grow them from within? Do you find them from outside?
We really want to develop about half of our leaders from inside, and we do that. There's so many cool stories of people who started making $9, $10, $15 an hour, and now are leaders leading regions of a Shake Shack. But we also like to have some fresh thought. You know, we like to bring people from other restaurant, retail, and other industries. That balanced team creates something that's really special. That's the way we lead our company and our restaurants.
I'm looking at where you guys are concentrated in this country. You have exposure to some pretty high wage markets, high minimum wage markets.
We do. We like to go where people get paid a lot of money. We're in mostly New York and the Northeast today. A lot of our growth has been in California and expensive places like Seattle. Over time, we've gently raised our prices. We haven't raised them as much as we could, or maybe, you know, what we should, but we are really conservative about that. We want to make sure Shake Shack remains a tremendous, really good value for everyone, including the people who work there. Look, what we do takes full hands and full hearts. It's not a robot making your hamburger. It's hospitality, and that takes great human beings to do that. And we're gonna pay them a great wage so that we can compete.
I know you're expanding internationally too. How do you tweak the model for international audience? For example, Mexico City.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. And will the menu be different?
It'll be the same with some really nice local tweaks. Here's how we think about this. People don't want us to be a local version of Shake Shack. They want us to be Shake Shack. So that's what we do. But then what we do is we find the best small producer of chocolate in Mexico, and we go find that person, and that chocolate is what goes into our recipes. We go find the best baker and maker of jam, and we put that in our concretes, our frozen custard, all the while keeping the core menu really tight. So whether it's Mexico, where we're opening very soon, or we opened this year in Shanghai, Singapore, the Philippines, and so much of this story has been our global story.
Sure.
We give people Shake Shack, and then over time, we make sure that cameos of the menu make it taste like home.
With all this international expansion, are you very closely watching trade wars on multiple fronts?
Sure, and you know, every day we wake up to a new headline, and we talk about it all the time. In our current scale, the macroeconomic conditions are not the most important thing for us.
So you have to plan beyond tariff trade war headlines.
You have to, because every day there might be a new beef tariff or something that gets our buns there, and sometimes we got to figure out how to start fresh and make that product in that country. Sometimes it's easier to just bring it in. We create community gathering places where people just want to hang out, and we try to stay out of all the noise of the bigger macro and political picture. That's not our job.